It depends on your chronotype. So your chronotype is your personal biologically hardwired tendency.
When someone is not getting enough sleep,
Mhm.
what kind of goes first? Like, what are the signs and symptoms of like you're not getting enough?
The best way to tell is that they're able to become sleepy during the day. You're falling asleep while reading a book, you're falling asleep during meetings, you're falling asleep while driving or watching a movie. Or even if you just feel so drowsy that you could fall asleep while you're stopped at a red light, that that's the surest sign that you're not getting enough sleep or not getting enough quality sleep.
Does it matter in the sense of when I go to bed? Let's just say, sake of argument, I need 7 hours. Does it
Mhm.
matter if I get that 7 hours from 10 to 5 or if I get it from midnight to 7?
It depends on your chronotype. So your chronotype is your personal biologically hardwired tendency or biological preference to be sleeping and waking at certain times. So some of us are hardwired to be night owls. So, myself, I'm an example of that, where I am really alive in the evening and I think my best and I wrote my whole book, between the hours of 8 and 11 p.m. That's like when I'm most my creative and productive self. And I sleep well when I go to bed late and get to sleep in late. That's like my ideal. If I can live on that schedule, I will get my best quality sleep. Those same hours, but shifted like several hours earlier, for example, which I'm having to do now because I have young kids, is not as good quality sleep. So even if the number of hours is the same, it's not going to be as good if it doesn't match my natural chronotype.
When we look at kind of the effects of it, right? Like, is it immediate effects? You didn't get enough sleep on Monday night. Tuesday, you're going to feel a certain way. Or is it you didn't get enough sleep on Monday night and it's going to kick in on like Wednesday? Is it immediate or delayed or kind of both?
It's kind of both, but I think people tend to overestimate how much immediate effect there is. Like, usually the way we talk about it is like, well, I didn't sleep well last night, today I'm screwed. But sleep doesn't really, like, we should not really measure someone's sleep health on the scale of 24 hours of the scale of nights or days or hours. We really should be measuring it on the scale of weeks, months, years, decades, because sleep is very resilient and dynamic. We don't have to sleep the same way every day, every night in order to have overall good sleep health. Just like you don't have to eat exactly the same number of calories a day or eat, exactly the same balance of different types of nutritions each day in order to have a healthy diet. Like if your overall diet is diverse and has all the macronutrients and micronutrients that you need, you're probably good, right? So with sleep, it's the same thing. It dynamically changes based on the season of your life that you're in, the time of year that it is, the time of the month that it is, changes based on what you did during the day. Because, sleep is ultimately a recovery from the burden that you put on your body and brain during the day. So if you did less today, you probably will need less recovery tonight. If you did more today, you'll probably need more recovery tonight.
Are people that different? Or are we all kind of the same?
People are pretty different. I mean, there are people who need 5 hours of sleep, and there are people who need 10. We often, I think, place too much pressure on we need to make this amount of sleep happen or else bad things will happen. But it's more like sleep is a signal. Sleep is a canary in the coal mine, maybe sometimes, that tells us the overall status of our health. And if our sleep is very extreme or very off or doesn't feel good, then it's a sign that something else is going on that we need to address.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, great. Like, oh no, there's another problem.
Well,
That's
but at least then you'll be
you.
targeting the right thing, right? So often I
That's
see
true.
people with insomnia who are like, I cannot fall asleep. I'm having so much trouble with sleep. My sleep is terrible. Sleep, sleep, sleep. They think they have a sleep disorder, but it turns out it's like something totally else that is
Yeah.
making it so that they don't fall asleep when they go to bed at the time that they think they should be falling asleep. And then they're putting all this pressure on themselves to fall asleep at that specific time. And then they don't, because that's just not what their body wants or needs at that moment. And that pressure that they put on themselves ends up turning into anxiety that fuels further insomnia. So what started out as like an anxiety problem, or started out as a depression problem, or started out as a not being physically active enough problem, or not drinking enough water problem, has now become a sleep problem.
How long should it generally take you to fall asleep?
Excellent question. So, falling asleep is not like turning out a light. It's not like falling off a cliff. It's like going down a gentle slope. So, you're actually starting to go down that slope probably even before you get into bed. Like your body temperature is probably falling, your cortisol is probably falling, your melatonin's rising, your muscles are relaxing, your brain's getting a little foggier. So like you're already going down that slope, and you're going down it gradually, and like you might do a little like blip up and then you go down again, kind of like that. So, if it's taking you like 15 minutes, half an hour to fall asleep, that's a pretty reasonable ballpark. It's okay if it's sometimes longer. It's okay if it's sometimes shorter. But if it's like consistently a lot shorter, like your head hits the pillow, within a couple minutes you're out, that means you're probably sleep deprived, and you're not getting enough opportunity to sleep, because you're not supposed to fall asleep that fast.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh, I feel personally attacked.
Sorry.
That is
Yeah.
me. That is like
Yeah.
I'm probably down in 30 seconds. Oh
Yeah.
no, that's
So
not
between
good.
between that and the you like really needing your coffee in the morning, I'm guessing you're probably sleep deprived.
Oh
I'm
no.
sorry. Yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
What would your advice though to be to people in our society where the kind of thing is like, okay, for me, well, you just power through it. Like there's no more hours in the day. Like what would your advice be to somebody like, do you just have to suck it up, or can you really make these kind of changes?
Suck what up exactly?
You're going to be tired for the rest of your life. That's just how it's going to be. Because
Because you're choosing to prioritize other things. So you're like
yes,
intentionally saying like sleep is lower on my priority list, so it's okay if I'm getting not getting enough.
yeah. Would my life be better? Not to make this about me, right? Like, but would somebody who is kind of, I'm going to be chronically sleep deprived, and that's just how it's going to be because I don't want to give something else up. Would their
Uh-huh.
life be better if no, you should just get the sleep, and then maybe these other things, your body would operate more efficiently?
I think I understand what you're getting at. So, um, often people find that when they sleep better, they end up being more efficient and productive during the day. So they might be getting done 2 hours worth of work within an hour, let's say. So in that case, they're not really losing time. They might be gaining time.